A friend of the channel sent me this video from MeidasTouch today, and I want to play just a couple of short clips from that video because I do think it points out the religious craziness that is going on with much of the MAGA movement. Generally speaking, I do not play a lot of videos from more liberal sites, and I get links all the time from Huffington Post and MSNBC and the like, but I do try to keep this more objective and to not simply be an echo chamber for much of the liberal media. Unfortunately, this brings up the problem with much of conservative media. It is so difficult to find any criticism of Donald Trump on conservative media. It is simply astounding how hands-off they are to him. They treat him with kid gloves, whether that means they are truly mesmerized by him or if they're simply fearful of him lashing back, which would in turn cause all his supporters to then lash back. But just so it's clear, I do try to find links and stories on more conservative websites that objectively talk about Donald Trump, but it's impossible to do so. Occasionally I'll reference an article on the Bulwark, although Trump supporters now consider that to be a rhino site because they criticize Trump, just like Liz Cheney is no longer a Republican because she criticized Trump. It's truly an incredible scenario when we see how the more conservative media outlets in this country are just walking lockstep behind Donald Trump. But anyway, here are two short clips from the MeidasTouch video, and they have to do with this religious fervor centered around Donald Trump.
Let me show you this clip. This clip is from the Trumpets Founder. Trust me, you don't want to Google it. And this Trumpets Founder says Trump is almost like he's not even altogether human, as if God has got him by the shoulders and saying, "World, this is the man that will save you," saying he will save us. Watch this.
You haven't got a choice. It is President Trump and President Trump only. He's strong enough. Who could have put up with what he did the last 4 years? Nobody. Nobody. It's almost like he's not even altogether human, as if God has got him by the shoulders and saying, "World, this is the man that will save you. He will save us."
Everything is opposite land in Trump. And going back to this religious devotion, here's a woman at that Trump event that says, and quote, "Evil force has taken over America," and that the Bible predicted this was going to happen. And only Jesus and, you guessed it, Donald Trump could save us.
I think there's an evil force taking over our country, our world. It's written in the Bible that in the last days this is supposed to happen. So we have to armor ourselves with the armor of Christ, I want to say, and be prepared. We can't do this without Jesus. And this is to be expected. There is certainly an evil force. Evil force.
Right. Ephesians 6, we got to put on the full armor of God. That's right.
Amen.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump is grifting another product based on his assassination attempt. Watch this.
So they just came out with this t-shirt, which is really pretty spectacular, and it's selling like hotcakes. And
the last story I wanted to mention was Trump's appearance on Greg Gutfield and Trump's complaint about the fact-checking that were going on. Trump said they didn't correct her once, and they corrected me. Everything I said, practically, I think 9 times or 11 times, and the audience was absolutely, they went crazy. Now, it's odd that Trump would say 9 and 11, if you ask me. But if you read about that quote in the mainstream media, they are commenting how it points out that Trump is losing his mind because there wasn't an audience at the debate, which was agreed to by both campaigns. However, although I think that's true to an extent, I think that quote actually points out how easily Donald Trump lies. It simply didn't matter if there was an audience at the debate or not. It's all about his own version of reality. The truth means nothing to him. He cast it to the ground and then conjures up his own version in which the audience went absolutely crazy. To put it another way, Donald Trump lies with alacrity.